Jerry's planting for Heaven, and the rest of the T's are taking full control out towards CT. Zorta opens up Proceedings, GXX falls.
Yeah, Rigon now back into the action. Can't quite land the shot onto Zorta. As Zorta, my goodness! Another flurry of frags comes through. Suneri and OneFlatTro given so many targets at once, he just can't capitalize onto any of them. And Jerry and Shalfie, 5 players in front of him. Regardless, Forza, that very blind Shalfie still somehow capitalizes onto Rigon. Bit of an overextension there as the Deagles are being hammered to pieces. GXX, regardless whether he goes down to crowd or not, he's licking his lips, he's looking for more. And Brandon, this appears to be a very convincing round for Forza as Crowd farms up another eco frag.
Yeah, I always expected to be this way. You have got OneFlatTro here. Good headshot to open up Proceedings for BNE. Adds 1 kill to his tally and a second. Okay, that could get quite dangerous, but the bomb...
I reckon he does want to try and save that into the next, or he could just go and win this round. He's found another one. Zorta, though, 100 HP. Yeah, he shuts him in his tracks, and with that, it will be 2 left alive. And should they choose to accept it, they've got a free avenue all the way to the A bomb site here. B as well, getting cleaned up nicely. And speaking of cleaning up, Jerry... he's cleaning up pals. Plenty of money with those 2 kills. And Rigon, I don't know where that's come from. Oh my god, Rigon's found another one. Oh no, Synopsy chimed in too. And the Deagles, the bad news Deagles have found 3 frags. And Forza above the boxes, ready and waiting for a potential push. But instead, Zorta goes for the bomb plant. Jerry, he's nowhere to be seen. The plant's denied. And by goodness, this round goes from bad to worse. A Molotov on the bomb, that's an impeccable play. Synopsy has to go down for Forza to win the round. But it's not going to happen. And Forza, what the hell has happened here? He's had a couple of messy instances this map already as Shalfie looks to claw Forza back into this one.
The short waters, OneFlatTro should have Crad dead to rights. And from there... in fact, the actual contact comes in for Synopsy again in towards Connector.
Oh no, that is not the time you want to be jumping there, Result. Accurate on his first bullet, leaves him in a 1 versus 4 with 28 seconds. And the nade is just insult to injury at this point. Finally lands the headshot. Can he do it again? Gets OneFlatTro down to 2. GXX though. Oh, he doesn't need to struggle. Synopsy just found a collateral with the A4. He's on for the ace as Jerry will be stolen away by Rigon.
But there is one for GXX. Synopsy.
There will be a play around this corner. Oh, and they're not even facing the right way. Result finally looks around to check for it, but he's already gone down. Synopsy doubles up. He could even find a triple here. This is madness. Forza, how can you not expect this? Shalfie, though, does thin the numbers for the BNE side, but still the man advantage. They can at least push for the bomb site. They've got a couple of isolated duels here. Oh, but Suneri doesn't give a damn if he's isolated. He could be on an island. He's just picked up 2 crisp and clean frags. Head on over to the banner in our stream description as Forza head into the bomb site when OneFlatTro shuts down the first. The second, it's not Rigon with the blind spray to get much done. Zorta instead cuts him down where he stands. And Suneri picks up the slack. It's clean as you like. OneFlatTro, yeah, Synopsy's in a prime position here. Util may fly on over, but Crowd flies into his crosshairs. Rigon, GXX, Synopsy.
Shalfie can just quiver in the corner here, down in towards short. OneFlatTro have a little bit of a peek in. He's always going to win out that engagement. BNE, they feel comfortable on the server right now. By the way, OneFlatTro is about to catch them out. He's already in their spawn.
The territory is safe, but no one is safe on the Forza side as that nade rips them to shreds. Jerry down to half, Result not too far behind. OneFlatTro is just absolutely farming. Brad looks around the corner, still being peppered on down. GXX forgets to left click, and that does result in an early demise, but Synopsy, I have a feeling that Norway and Kenzie would be fragging at a high capacity at this stage as Synopsy, he's everywhere. He switched positions with the T-side in another buy round, and Rigon is about to deal with Monster. Jerry does at least shut him down, but GXX in the back lines provides cover. Shalfie does at least find another as Synopsy could be caught mid-air here, but instead catches not only Zorta, but the bomb and sees Shalfie, leaving him now in a tough 1 versus 2, which is immediately shot on down by GXX BMing him with an AK.
Snowball this advantage and make sure Force never have an opportunity to kind of try and recover the first half. Players out the server. Synopsy, caught between 2 angles, actually allows him to not be expecting the close affairs of Force because there's a player right next to him, gets caught off guard by Result. Jerry with another.
Suneri hasn't been much of a distraction thus far. Instead, Result finally finding the impact he has so desired. Lee Suneri, yeah, it's still very dangerous territory for Forza here. I reckon they need at least 5 in this half, as GXX, we talked about being a bit of a pillar for Forza, not one that needs to be micromanaged, but he's 4-11 at the moment, and Result...
Already isn't too bad, is it? Just on the other side of the smoke, using it as a wall right now, might come toe-to-toe with Xiaofi, and in fact that control is regained.
Yeah, there's a nice little bit of crossfire going on in there, and Jerry will be the first to receive it. GXX runs away, leaving Juan Flatro to deal the rest of the dirty, but instead, Xiaofi, despite getting dinked, readjusts, but guess what? Rigon's on a rear flank. He has now died, but it is still a 1v2 for Xiaofi. Wait, has he? He's not spotted the boost. Of course he hasn't. Looks like he even tries to clear for it, but Juan Flatro doesn't give a damn. Shuts down Xiaofi, and GXX, I've seen him from this position before. He's a menace, but only good for a single. This crowd finds a bit of impact. If the kill feed is lit up across both sides, but it is now even stature until Saneri does that.
Now progress even further, but playing on the edge of it is Saneri, but Zorta catches him out.
Oh, they're watching each other's angles. Synopsy can't afford to swing this early. He's so tempted to do so. Spot by Zorta. They don't want to let their tracers be seen by the promiscuous A1S. But Rigon, oh, he's more than happy to flex his lead. Don't give up any unnecessary advantages. Don't give Forza a chance for anything. Result. Oh, he's walked straight over the top of Synopsy's ladder trap, and he's continuing to spam onto where Zorta might peek down. Synopsy opt for an AK. He does at least find that frag. He doesn't need the money himself, but Xiaofi has $0. Crad 50. Nobody else particularly stable, and GXX ensures that Zorta won't be either.
This is ridiculous. They're just moving in tandem. They're on carousels. Jerry is holding at the very least for Synopsy, and that's an upgrade that can come in for the IGL. Oh dear.
Oh, Juan Flatro, stop it. Xiaofi, though, tries to prevent Saneri from doing the same, and he will appropriately cut him through. Juan Flatro. One bit of util, but that's one bit of util Forza don't have. Jerry's just given up his position. GXX has found another, and look at the way BNA swing this one back into their favor.
But the luxury he doesn't have is the time. Zorta.
Currently most CT-sided map in the pool. And Xiaofi, well, sends Rigon straight back to the lobby. Juan Flatro, in fact, no, Synopsy, a nice follow-up, but Result ensures the lead is kept by the Russian side. Juan Flatro again snatches away that advantage. Lovely long-range pistol kills. I mean, it's a must-win round. Result needs to deliver. He's been missing the entire game thus far. Oh, bad news, Eagles. They're not going to clear him. Crad and Result, they strike in tandem. GXX, my God, that's a hard fight to win towards heaven. The taps keep on coming, and he finally deals with Crad. Nervous to swing on over now, left in a 1 versus 1. There's a serious chance that GXX can spin the jaw of Xiaofi here, but instead the Russian strikes harder.
But GXX, he's been taking a little bit of contact over, and that actually, the CT side, and I like this. Crad's waiting even further to try and line them up, and there we go. $1,200 as quick and easy as you like.
And also a bit of confidence. Well, here's Lifespan. In fact, no, that's Crad to go down to Juan Flatro early doors. Synopsy now, an opportunity to strike onto Jerry. The jiggle peak costs him his life. Result, it is a good trade, especially for him being on the FAMAS. But yeah, Rigon has just found his way onto an open A bomb site. Zorta overextends. Great spray from Zorta, and that nade could do huge amounts of damage. Rigon still alive and kicking though as they push the site, and Rigon, he's good for a single entry and makes it into bank. Zorta, oh, that's a meticulous spray down though. 3 to Vitali.
Now in the back lines, and he spotted Jerry, who turns around, but Rigon also finds Zorta. Juan Flatro now needs to move up, try and support, but his audio's been given away, scavenged by Rigon. But you got that reposition in from Result towards Long. I think that's the last place towards the Shore and Monster side. Spams, gunfights, engagements. Rigon comes out on top against Crad again. He's not been having the best game, and you know what? Rigon's going to keep on going, but the combination.
Massive nade onto GXX, and a flashbang will add confusion to the mix. But Juan Flatro, as he falls off the top of the bomb site, catches the IGL from Forza. It's against it with Juan Flatro, but they still do not know Zorta's position. And Xiaofi, now spotted in towards heaven, not only finds one, but a double. Xiaofi, a triple kill, despite the man disadvantage. Yeah, only 4 rounds separate these two teams now, and after the dominant first half we had, that sounds like a mad statistic to be ringing on out, as Crad rings GXX out to dry. Rigon follows suit. A nice trade from Juan Flatro, but it is again just pistols for BNE. Juan Flatro finds another one dig. But again, unless he can get one onto Xiaofi, this round is said and done.
Starts getting to this dangerous territory, as you were alluding to in this first half. You said, look, don't count out Force just yet. The T side of BNE has got serious...
As soon as I say that, he starts jiggle picking with Synopsy. By God, that's dangerous. He goes down for free, completely untraded. Smokeball clears towards Banana. Rigon does at least catch Jerry, but GXX needs to find Xiaofi here. He delivers. There is still an opportunity in this round, going from bad to worse for BNE here.
Ooh, and Result. Result's got the same idea. As Scenario looks on towards short waters, surely the CT side can hold on to the bomb.
Speaking of being up in the air, I reckon Bad News Eagles have had their wings clipped here. There's simply not enough time to get to the bomb site, and Zorta ensures it. And they slowly start to encroach, but Crad is there to deal a killing blow, and with that, it's a 5v4.
Was anchored in, especially with the AWP. One flat throw, dealt with. As to is Regon, and the dominoes start to topple for BNE. I'm just casting my mind back now, just to the game in general. Where have we seen BNE really go to a bomb site together, execute as an entire unit? Let's see what they got, because now the AKs are back out again. Xiaofi, it's a great boost. It's a great start for Force again. That controls relinquish, flashbang back in. They line up, but it's not quite the kill conversion until Juan Flatro rounds the corner.
Oh, I've just seen Bad News Eagles flounder too many times on this T side though, and Zorta's immediately back in with a trade. They're pushing solo through smokes.
Xiaofi could really undo all of the progress that BNE are trying to make onto this bomb site. Synopsy with one flashbang over the top. Jerry gets removed, but where is Xiaofi in amongst all of this? He's waiting for Result, but now Scenari's found him out. And with this nade coming over the top, Synopsy is holding for him and dealt with. Result thrown into this 1 versus 2. One way on the smoke. It's a great start, but now he needs to get past the AWP.
No way he's just sticking this. Result. Oh, there's no way! Oh my goodness. Excuse me. GXX does eventually cut it down with half a second remaining.
Both sides of the server, and it allows BNE a walkway up and over the barrels. Result will answer, and so too will Jerry. This is completely falling apart for BNE. As it's just GXX remaining, he actually gets answered by the P250. It's a bit worse than the buy previously. In fact, Krad's now double AWPing. And Xiaofi gets 2 free kills to add to his tally. 25 in map number 1. Zorta shows us why he's the primary AWP. Not at the moment.
That's fair enough. Smoke deployed. Xiaofi whacks some lead into the forehead of Juan Flatro. GXX. No, I mean, I've seen it used a couple of times recently, and wow, that is a fast trade game towards the short side. Without the bomb carrier in Synopsy, does come to join up with Scenari, but Krad's already found Juan Flatro, and the trade just is not there towards long bathrooms.
XX can hear Krad peeking and just under the smoke. Now going to be a lot of responsibility put onto his shoulders as they make their way through, but back turned.
And Forza again looking to lock in 14, still back a lead they've not had since round 2. Result a Nightmare 1v3, 30 seconds on the clock. He's just been spotted from 2 different angles. Swings in for 1, big kill onto Zorta. Forza can't allow to let this one slip away, and there goes GXX. Priming that AWP, beckoning them into his crosshairs, but oh, hold on a minute, Rig on the Synopsy.
Oh no.
They find a frag apiece, but Result, Krad, Zorta, oh my goodness, it's so clean. It is again this poor T side that lets them down so consistently, and Xiaofi ensures it's still a problem. Synopsy does at least trade this one out, but they have very little util left to do anything with as they come out a monster. Rig on, nice shot, Xiaofi again a trade, and we're back into a 3v3.
Yeah, it really could be bad news for the Eagles as they let this one completely slip away. 2 versus 3, Synopsy coming in from short, deals with Zorta. Just dropped the bomb here, and now Scope spotted. Back from the brink of defeat, from the depths of despair, and they close out their map pick 16-13. They're all grouping towards B right now, and the dual Berettas of Jerry could really have a say in how this outcome is prevailing. However, Xiaofi's found one. There's Jerry with another, and it's a 3 versus 5.
Yeah, I mean, that's a really solid start for Forza here, looking to put down what they were picking up in the end of the previous map. GXX, though, looks to deny these rotations in from CT. Zorta as well might well meet his fate to flatten Juan Flatro. And now for Forza, they've lost Jerry on the bomb site itself. They're going to need to pick up the pace, but Juan Flatro ensures that Zorta cannot. He's removed from the server, and despite an initial 2-man advantage, we're now back to a single-man advantage for the likes of Forza, but Ceneri's position, it goes unchecked, but they're sticking the bomb. Result's got a kit, and with that, Forza steal away the pistol, and Ceneri, well, he's got to hang his head in the corner here. Yeah, this is what? 7, 8 in a row now for the likes of Forza. Rigon back from whence he came. Synopsy somehow on the A bomb site will be shut down by Jerry here. You know, we'll work with that. As Juan Flatro, that's a clean one onto Crad.
A bomb site under threat with them just on there. And suddenly, you got Juan Flatro here. Taking that into his own hands. However, Jerry says no.
Oh my goodness, look at the mid-presence they're taking. Shelfie already in towards mid-cubby. Rigon completely unawares of this, but the timings... Oh, he doesn't quite see the barrel, and with that, GXX will entry instead.
Look at this. Round 3, we've got both AWPs.
We love a bit of role reversal, Brandon. Unfortunately, Synopsy, not so much. Cuts down Zorta. Quick trade from Result. Nicely repositioned, but Jerry... He's on a bit of an island here, but Shelfie, oh, he could go for the knife. Instead, decides against it. Saves the life of Jerry, and Juan Flatro in the 1 versus 2. Gets the bomb down again, but can't quite find the headshot. 3 on the board now for Forza. Looks to find another opening frag for Forza here. Doesn't get caught on the reload. Instead, Juan Flatro and Synopsy charge on in tandem, and that's an open B bomb site. Crad ensures not for too long, but oh, he goes down on the reload himself. That's a maniacal round for Bad News Eagles.
In for Jerry's, waiting for Crads. Timing works out perfectly. He's also just trying to hold on to his AWP. 1 versus 3. Oh, does find Synopsy. Hasn't got a kit, so obviously can't go for it. So far away, but this is ridiculous.
See there? There's a tiny gap in that smoke, but Rigon and Zorte spot each other. And the sneaky Swiss will go down to the AWP immediately. That's Juan Flatro, it's a nice trade as a spam through smoke.
Smoke's now being lined up as well. That's going to give up the ghost and...
To be the first man out, Juan Flatro. Distracted by the AWP, allows Shelfie a frag on the retake. Result adds to the tally and doubles it. Lovely stuff from the MP9. Jerry looking to deal quite a bit in return. Synopsy baits in Rigon, but unfortunately GXX and Rigon will fall, and the start of this round is not looking pernickety. Result, wow. That is brutal.
CT side, right? You've got initial contact coming in without utility, and then they're flashing themselves forward. Jerry's just walked down B, ramp for good measure. Zorta repositioning in. This is a very strong start. This is very different.
Another very solid buy here for the likes of Forza. Util galore, AK on Jerry, and Jerry significantly better in this one. 8-2 right now as Synopsy falls to him as well. Crad chimes in.
And it's not like the rest of his players are struggling. It's just that he's just taking all the initiative. Well, for BNE, things are just looking ever so dejected and jaded.
As Crad looks to do exactly that. Oh, that's a very clean one-tap, but right into the open arms of Jerry, giving him a warm hug.
Ceneri now walking wounded, susceptible to 1 bullet from the M4. Iso spamming through the smoke, good for a kill, and basically 2. As now Zorta looks to stand tall, delivers another kill, and just backs in through the smoke. It naturally baits in Shelfie. It's all falling apart for BNE. They cannot find a single kill. Funnels them even through the smoke. Another flash. Look at the odds from 1xBet. 1.07 plays 8 points.
Problem in and of itself. Jerry does spot the bomb, and Ceneri's got so many targets to deal with. But Jerry, a 2K spray down. Zorta, a double no-scope. Leaves Synopsy in a 1 versus 2. Does at least have an AK, but he's also got a 3rd bullet from Zorta stuck in his body. Rigon, he's none the wiser. Oh, they literally walking into each other in the smoke, but Rigon will be the first to adjust. Shelfie.
Zorta's the only one with a flash here, and Juan Flatro is fumbling with his nades a little bit, but doesn't mess up the kills. However, his teammates are falling all around him. Result keeps on going, but Juan Flatro, that's another headshot.
Well, clearly he does it. It's a messy and laboured spray from Synopsy, but the AWP is removed regardless. One boy bored on themselves. They go goodwill hunting. They're looking for Jerry. They're looking for that M4. They won't be able to find him. He's got a fantastic timing, but Crad may well have just missed it. The secondary AWP falls away a moment too soon. Jerry, yeah, he has heard him, and that's the bomb with only 25 seconds to go. The entire round, it could well just crumble in front of our very eyes. Rigon, it's a lovely kill. Juan Flatro, another time.
Yeah, they do. Plenty.
Okay, it gets pretty tight. Crowd finds another, but Rigon and Synopsy shut down one apiece.
And look at the speed, the change of direction and pace from BNE. Already over. Zorta will still find the opener.
They're looking to deal some serious damage here as Crowd on a USP, completely outgunned as is expected. Jerry on his custom CZ, also swept cleanly aside. Ebbs his way back towards Shelf here, but Jerry perhaps overextending instead. Shelfie cuts down Rigon early doors. The trade comes back from Synopsy into the 4v4 with Thrust, and Result tries to catch Synopsy. Another convincing look for BNE, but Zorta gets a freebie.
Pause, try and reset, try and stop this afterplant situation from even developing. Jerry just swings the angle. Jerry, Zorta coming from the same angle towards Temple, flashes over the top, but Ceneri isn't blind. Waiting for Zorta's reposition, but can't quite hit the shot. And with that, BNE survive. They fight their way out of the corner, and they get 5 rounds on the board. But also, Result has re-aggressed A main. That's the bomb drop. Zorta swung in as well. Kind of intentions of Bad News Eagles have really been presented. All laid out bare. Rigon trades on towards Zorta, but Crad, he's still here. He's still fighting. He's burning alive. He does get one.
Still sitting patiently in towards Donut, does find the first, readjust his position, but might get caught on the retreat, but the timing eludes both players. 30 seconds remain, and Shelfie
not moving a muscle and will deal with Rigon.
Perhaps an underwhelming performance from Ceneri. Crad has not been doing too much better. His laboured spray in the previous almost cost him the round. Synopsy though, now a 4v4 ensues, but Jerry's got a lot of info. Ceneri spotted, but he's not actually seen the bomb. I tell a lie. Option is none the wiser. It was quite the map for Entropic, and Crad needs quite the play, but only a single kill. Result now left with the dirty work, the cleanup duties.
He didn't switch setup. Result, as soon as he moves out, he does get the first, but there's one flat throat with the swing. Synopsy, more damage. In fact, even through the wall, up against Synopsy and the dual Berettas. Meanwhile, one Flatcher's having a little bit of trouble at the ramp. There strikes Zorta, and here strikes Crad, but Rigon is there holding middle.
Yeah, nice kill again there from the Swiss. Oh, and one flat throat on a swivel. Zorta finds another though, but Zorta swiftly removed. Will actually be planted here, so fair enough, they get some plant money. And the dual Berettas are deadly, because 2 guns are better than 1. As Jerry finds 2, it's all down to Rigon, but Rigon ruins the fun.
Ceneri and one flat throat anchored. But it might not matter if Rigon just swings on. And deals the damage. Follow up with the grenade.
On down. Shelfie still here with Zorta, but not for very much longer. Hello, GXX on the hot swap. Zorta 1v3, but still a bridge too far as Juan Flatro whips his head clean off and puts 8 on the board for the Kosovar squad. And Synopsy, well, Jerry, hello. Doesn't recognise where the A1S bullets are coming from. It's a nice trade from Result. Positioning, they've got the sights on lockdown, and they've also got a flank in the form of Rigon. That's the bomb. Oh, hello. It gets a bit messy for a second, but yes, that is still the bomb dropped. And Ceneri will not clear his corners, because that's a ridiculous position for Shelfie to camp in. Result finds another kill, and hold on a minute here, Brandon. We could have a round on our hands.
Yeah, it gets a little bit weird, especially because they're 2-1 versus 1s. Execs to just tuck himself into the corner, but Result clears. See them provide in a series now. Rigon has been removed. Synopsy just on the cusp of the Molotov. Can't find a thing either. Result's entries, 4s, completely overrun A.
Yeah, very solid stuff here from the T-side as Shelfie decapitates Ceneri blinded.
He's ahead of the utility. Great flashbang, but Jerry's fully blind. Just adjust to it anyway. It's the only rifle. Synopsy looks to try and recover it, but he's being held by Crad. This is, again, another round that's just completely fallen apart.
Odds are particularly favourable for them at this point. Rigon, lovely 1D onto Crad, who is still having a miserable series. 0.33 KD at the moment. Shelfie stabilises though. I mean, with just a USP, he can afford to keep on fighting, but GXX needs that armour, needs that scout come the next round, because again, the money's a little all over the shop, and oh, the spray catches GXX too. No time to spare in getting out of this scenario. Shelfie spins on him from the backlines, and Forza, they do find themselves on 12 rounds, Brandon. XX, will he swing this corner? Might not have to, as Crad just presents himself on a silver platter, and with that, Forza playing with a disadvantage, but that's swiftly traded away by Jerry.
Very deep angle being adopted as well by Zorta. Juan Flatro just fighting through middle. Positions over, as does the rest of the forces for Bad News Eagles. They're ready and prepared.
Yeah, out come Forza. Straight into the open arms of a Synopsy spray down. Lovely stuff from B&E.
Now look at this change up. Aggression in towards middle again for Bad News Eagles. But this time they're taking the fight straight to Crad, and he falls early.
2 points of health again without seeing his opposition, but the most painful thing of all is that 6 in 20 stat line, and Juan Flatro, oh, he's about to make it even worse for Xiaofi and Reself. This is a miraculous gameplay from the CT side here.
Position gets a little bit under siege. Zorta now peeking in, does deal with Scenari, but there's the immediate swing from GXX, and he dispatches Jerry. That's an AWP that can be recovered for BNA.
Yeah, they're playing games with Bad News Eagles here. The GXX, he's more than happy to chime on in. Rolls the dice, catches Result. Does he see the back of Jerry? Not quite. That nade sees the back of him though, and Rigon, it's just an absolute farm.
Thinks better of it. Starts to give away the audio, and yeah, will fall to his demise. On the cards right now, Synopsy going to be under a lot of pressure, but Crad, again, the trade space, and it just isn't there for Force. Jerry will.
I don't think he's given up his position. He's sitting down in the boxes in middle. GXX, though, oh, he's more than happy to give up his as Rigon. It's a cheeky frag in the back of Xiaofi, and now, with those 2 kills coming through, there's a rotation back over towards B, especially now as Nell tries to bludgeon his way onto the bomb site. 30 seconds remain. It's a 2v4. Another great shot from Zorta. He's been the most consistent, it feels like, in the server today as Rigon jumping around the corner. Another quick scope to Vitali. The double op set up on a retake is going to find 4 frags.
Pause on the way in. Okay.
What is Rigon
Sure.
doing?
That's completely fine, Rigon. Why not? 2 quick kills, it's quick scopes, it isn't even no scopes.
Pistols as well. That is the worst weapon to do that against pistols with. But he just does not care. He eventually goes down. He's 20 in 20 now as Zorta. Let's give up the fact that he is still positioned there, but GXX finds himself in quite the nightmare position. Doesn't give a damn. Result will fall. Oh, and there's no trade spacing. I thought GXX had the head of another.
Good flash, however, you're now looking to reset in towards Donut, and Synopsy's been here the entire time. Spam not connecting. A Crad falls, and so too does Jerry. And everything is just completely falling apart for Fours. It's just Zorta versus 4. He will get 1, but GXX with another BNE.
A constant barrage as his KT continues to dwindle. Scenari, though, dwindles down the health of those B-ramp attackers, drops a Molotov down. When Flatro capitalizes, Synopsy, a great spat of aggression. At least Xiaofi gets a double trade, but his way in towards Temple.
Okay.
And by God, Crad actually gets a kill.
Planted for Crad.
And unfortunately, Crad is now left in a 1 versus 2. They smoke him out, they spam him down.
A deep utility being laid down by Bad News Eagles. Look at this fight. In towards the bottom of the ramp. Juan Flatro starts on the proceedings. This go very well for Bad News Eagles with another Crad hits the deck. Jerry.
Juan Flatro finally spots out the IGL and does not get away with his life. 3 versus 3 here. They enclose upon the B bomb site, and Brandon.
No utility.
Oh,
And it's actually a flash from BNE. Synopsy nearly sets up Scenari for success, but in fact, Synopsy just going to slide back in, out towards Long, the incendiary, it's perfect, and now Jerry is just thrown into a 1 versus 2.
Smoke deployed, but Jerry, oh, he tries to bait out some shots as he jumps through it. Successful at least in that early endeavor, but now the main problem is, well, he's got to spam the wall, which is not the most reliable of spams, and with that, they've done it. Bad News Eagles, it will be 16 to 12, 71% win rate over 7 maps played. 50% the opening duel of this last map. Decapitating Zorta where he stands, but Crad floods the bomb site with the rest of his squad. Result finds ahead of GXX, follows up onto Scenari. Result, triple entries to B bomb site, but Synopsy, he's not the fighting yet, and neither is Juan Flatro. Crad, trapped behind the bench, does have plenty of time, but his shots just aren't connecting, and Juan Flatro seals the deal with a 3k in the pistol. Mastic just dealing with every fight as they came towards him. Nice smoke as well to isolate that second duel as GXX. Oh, he's just cleaning up shop with the rest of the squad. Scenari gets some free cash to the tally, and Bad News Eagles, it's 2-0 on their CT side. Now,
It's Alice under a little bit of siege for BNE.
yeah, so far so good though. They have held off the attack, and GXX, it's a lovely frag, and Scenari gets so much damage dealt. Not quite the kill conversion though. Synopsy's in line for that as Result again, a double entry. Orpus locked completely out of that A-bomb site. Xiaofi continues to take further space. The bomb is not planted though. Rigon Oh, he pounces with Juan Flacho. It's perfect, but Zorta even better. 2 to Vitali. 1 versus 1. GXX on the AWP gets it done. Scenario, though, looks to clean up shop towards Palace as they do jump straight out into his crosshairs. That nade's going to be brutal. Down goes Crad early doors. Shalfie follows suit. Be smiling in that picture of his. And in fairness, these are the 2 smiliest teams from our intro videos, but Juan Flacho certainly happy with those eco frags. Tenure on this. Even when the servers are tricky, they took it to an overtime versus N17 to 19 loss there as Crad and Result. They're not losing any sleep over these entries. Synopsy falls second as Regon makes a sound cue. Zorta's alerted to it, but still goes down to the swing from the Swiss. As Result immediately fires on back and Ceneri's caught in a rocky position. That was a very messy frag. He gets it in the end, but Regon 1v3.
But Crad's aware and does secure 3 kills in the round for Crad. That is
Massive surprises so far, but this has definitely been one of the most contentious best of 3s as GXX, in tandem with what Result was bringing up on the first map. Synopsy, oh, the under Palace position goes unchecked. Gorgeous 2K spray down. Zorta lost alive in a 1v5. Does get a good kill onto Synopsy, but I have a feeling he will not be able to find much more. Yeah, great kill from GXX there.
re-smoke in from Connector as well. So much map control being denied at the moment from Force. And Juan Flacho is actually just going to take a swing. But as the smoke blooms, Crad will strike GXX.
Do have the opening advantage, Brandon.
Oh, I like this. GXX trying to get aggressive in towards Connector. It's actually Synopsy that will strike Crossfire. It's long distance, but it's established all the way over in middle. But Resort's found an avenue over towards B. And this gets weird because Jerry, well, he's just on A. He's dealt with GXX, not ready for Sceneri. But where's that bomb? It's in Connector. It's been dropped by Regon.
There's no time. Zorta needs to go down here with 10 seconds remaining. There's not a chance to save. And Sceneri, yeah, he's going for it. His teammate's been smoked off, though, in Jerry. Jerry doesn't give a damn. He's going to push through regardless, but unfortunately for him, his teammate in Result, the playmaker, has been cut on down, and Juan Flacho, the aggression is perfect. Shalfie falls as well, and Jerry finally removed. Crad?
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Clever.
He walks past Synopsy, plays the trigger discipline to find this kill. Regon misses an opportunity, now pushed upon by 2 Ts. Crad, this is amazing. It could be the round if they keep their composure. Time is ticking though. Down to 12 seconds on the clock, and Crad...
No utility, limited time, but Crad overextends, and now you throw it in towards Zorta, and he can't quite adjust on towards apartments. He's now just being completely pinched upon, and Crad releases an incendiary, but GXX passes the player just in the bomb site. They've got no idea, and Result does take full advantage of it. Now GXX smokes off between 2 positions. Regon gets caught out by Zorta. But there's another sniper waiting in tow.
Canary has been afforded space towards garbage now. Great kill onto Result, an unnecessary reswing as Zorta now does have the angle on lockdown, but he's dinked in the process. See a man towards the apartments, but he's only going to turn the wrong way. Zorta finally falls, and Shalfie, quite literally falling from the heavens, has done enough, picks up the 2K.
In mid, looking to say hello potentially to Crad. And the jump shot delivers damage now, 5-7. Sceneri, but he makes it work like a rifle. Jerry sliding in towards Sandwich. Zorta with another, and this is falling apart for BNE.
Yeah, finally a solid round from Forza as Shalfie deals another dastardly double. And I love the confidence he has in himself and the sidearmers. Juan Flacho, oh my god, he does actually see the planter under the smoke, but doesn't seize the opportunity early enough. Flatro's money, GXX, that's a knife kill. Knife kill, do it to him instead, just spams him down with the USP, but spams down Shalfie too with the AK spray. This is getting out of hand. Crad finds a double. GXX chimes in for another, though. Zorta needs to stop this from falling to pieces. By god, do they have enough time, Brandon? I think they might just have it.
Play down. A barrage of utility straight in towards mid. There goes Crad.
Matisa and Mirage is a very different ballpark to Matisa to the other 2 maps of this series. Result find another opener. So despite the heroics of Bad News Eagles in the previous round, they do still let the actual rifle round slip through their fingers, which is another thing that amazes me about Counter-Strike. You can have a P2000, 2 USPs and 2 Ds and win a round, but when you have the opportunity to seize the follow-up, okay, I'm here for it. Oh, dearie me. Saucer was there for an entry frag, instead gets...
Potentially room for a few more. Result. Oh dear. Oh no. Jerry will trade at the very least. And that is the B-bomb site opened up. B&E were defending it with a single shotgun.
A very, very bold attempt to blow to one, but in this 3v3 now, the retake so far not looking fantastic, but Rig on a swift trade. Crad, though, clings on. And GXX, oh, that was very ambitious. I respect the effort, but 5 on the board for Forza now. Molotov in towards Connector. Jerry buys himself a bit of space, but oh, Synopsy. It's a good start. It's a very clean one-tap onto Jerry. Zorta trades things back, though. He wants so much more than a rifle. Oh, he wants so much more, but he won't be afforded it. Crad and Shelfie a frag apiece. And it is worrying that I have to hype up around with just 2 Deagles this much. Inconsistency of everything in this best of 3. I mentioned earlier how it was an 8-1 scoreline to Forza in the previous map before it came back to a 9-6 half. Bad News Eagles look to again do the same, but Crad's not interested. He finds another opener. Their lifeline they're working with, the scenario yet to be spotted. This Forza Palace waterfall starts to trickle on through, and that's a lovely opener from Jerry.
GXX, it's getting all contact in the server right now. But still, the player advantage resides with Force, and there's Crad. Basically watching on, innocent bystanders at the moment in the round, but Zorte will fail GXX, and Result trying to follow suit on towards Synopsy. They do line up, it's a bit of a mess, but Crad is there to secure 8-7 the half.
Have had Jerry spotted early. Runs back down the ladder, gets into a bit of a tussle. Bad News Eagles look to put themselves onto that elusive ninth. There's nothing really working here for the likes of Forza. Juan Flatro finds another, leaving just Result in a 1 versus 5 ace clutch attempt. And that's going to be very swiftly put to bed.
First point of contact's been taken up towards Connector, and now Synopsy will strike over towards Ramp.
Yeah, very nice opener here. Crad, though, does at least find the trade. GXX, another in tandem. As my goodness, this round is all over the place. Jerry on a scout. Do you look at the flank here? If this is miraculous from Rigon, doesn't matter what HP bar he's on, he might take down. Oh my god, Jerry! The 180 is miraculous. And obviously, though, he finds a double. It's all down to the IGL.
Enjoyed the repositioning from Force into the bomb site after they kind of lost the control.
No. As the nade is pretty brutal onto Juan Flatro, but unfortunately for the likes of Forza, it is just going to be 4 pistols, and it's another day at the Rangers for Juan Fletcher. He takes 2 down with him. Synopsy's here to...
Yeah, he's in for the orb.
And he's going to win. He's going to win the duel.
Makes sense.
Cleared. Oh, no, I tell a lie. Scenario will clear Result instead. No saved over AK.
The Bad News Eagles, but through the smoke, Regon, oh, they're stuck on each other. Shelfie is not dealt with. Now he is. Scenario through the boxes. All right, fair enough.
Everyone was just so blind. No one knew what was happening. And I don't think Forza still do. They've hardly recovered an inch. And with that, they've lost everything else. Crowd, though, in the backlines will at least deny a bomb plant, though it's not enough to find the double. Zorta now in a 1v4. Misses the opportunity towards the Palace player. Does at least kill the rear flank. Smoke now deployed, and I do believe he's going to try and get out of there.
Harry, now looking to hunt Zorta.
Oh, Jesus. 5-round lead now for B&E, and this is a T-side they do not look to let slip. They are far more convincing here. Oh, and Rick on the readjustment. The brutality of it all, removing one of the hero weapons for Forza here. Shelfie as well, not long for this world.
Oh! Not dealt with.
Should not have that AK, if I'm going to be completely honest with you, Brandon. That was a mess towards the market door, but Synopsy, as that bomb goes down for B&E, Zorta's looking for the rear flank, and my god, he finds it in... I say double swing, swings onto a double, catches Jerry on his retreat. Now Zorta, wishing it was a business retreat rather than waving the white flag, taps away, gets spammed on down. You said you didn't, but I think it's pretty sexy.
I don't know. Result, I like that. Opening on towards Synopsy. Look at Juan Flatro. Look how much space he's found. Brad nearly wins out the fight with the MP9.
As Jerry does spot Rigon. The spray is laboured, but Rigon's isn't. Result, it's a lovely trade, and Zorta, the timing could not be worse. Result, though, actually adjusts things quite nicely. Shelfie chimes on in for another, leaving only Scenario in a 1v3. That is the first... Zorta, though, will he even make it back towards Connector? Yes, he will. Lovely frag onto Juan Flatro, and Scenario forced back out of Palace for the second round in a row. Struggling to get a good start on the rifle. Why not trade on over to the big green as Jerry... as he's got no idea where Synopsy is right now.
This is no way. Snopsy's just on default. He's just here. Result, I think he just got ticked potentially by the Molotov. No, he didn't. But all the kills come in a flurry for Four, so it doesn't quite matter. Regon with the AWP can't convert the kill. There's only one player actually over towards the A bomb site, and that's Jerry tucked in towards CT, but he just walks through the smoke and drops the bomb anyway. It's not a cause for concern for Fours, and as they're going to hit 10 rounds. Question is, how much damage can Juan Flatro really do? Nothing. None. There you go.
Yeah, zilch and nada. Jerry's good, but he's not had the best of games so far. If they start the waterfall here, he's going to be completely overwhelmed.
Flashbangs. One kill in, but Xiaofi is here to try and repair the situation, remedy it the best way he knows how, with a double kill on towards the site. Zorta steps in, and GXX, whilst he does get crowd on the way out, it's a very disciplined defense from Fours.
As they have sent Sceneri out on his own to die on B.
Okay.
That's a new strat. Juan Flatro, though, does manage to find a trade in middle. Poor old Crad decapitates where he stands. Jerry, oh, the timing somehow favors him on his escape. The Xiaofi sees an elbow. Can't quite seal the deal, though. Synopsy thins the numbers. Nice. Oh, my good lord, it's another advantage. Jerry removed, and BNE, they find 15 in a matter of just 4 seconds. As was so aptly demonstrated back on Overpass, but Forza, they're not exactly high and dry at that either. Jerry, the aggression is great. He finds the first. That's exactly what they needed with his weaker weaponry.
Double AWP as well for Fours. Xiaofi Zorta. Xiaofi peeking on in, knows that there's a player underpass, but Synopsy just eludes the crosshair for a moment. But at the second time of asking, Xiaofi will prevail.
Flashbangs come on in. Xiaofi is completely blind. Crad is looking to support his teammate. It's all about who finds the first here, and Xiaofi does his due diligence. Juan Flatro to fall. Now GXX and Sceneri in a 2 versus 4. One spotted. Crad dancing around the back of the bomb site. Xiaofi still finds that kill with the water on the second. Chimes on in. They will be your first playoffs team here. I don't know whether it was Devil Walk or the Snickers bars that got them through it, but regardless,